light and dark, a tale as old as time, and that still remains true in 3039. The universe is full of space travel, and Earth has been left years ago. Humans reached other planets, and this brings us to Planet Ego. Once a thriving planet, now not so much. Most of the population is poor and can't afford to leave. It's a place where darkness slowly became home. For an unexplained reason, creatures of the night started appearing at night and feeding on humans and energy. They're called IDs. They only come in black and white and bleed gray. IDs are the reason Ego fell to the state it is now. The rest of humanity don't care and leaves it to suffer. But there are a chosen group who fight them. Q Enforcers. Join the fight for the Q Enforcers. Join Ego. Join for humanity. He saw his reflection looking at the screen. The building was a bit dirty but colorful. Screens showing all the past achievements decades ago. It would be hard to even see anything related to the Q Enforcers. Mick Tone, you're up. Mick was a white, blonde-haired kid who was in his late teens with bright blue eyes. Mick walked up to the glass window from the woman who called his name and said, Hi, I'm confused. I got pinged to be here, but I don't know why. I was hoping to understand if I'm really needed here. Oh, don't worry. Just hand me your personal ID chip and we'll figure it out. Mike handed her the chip. She then stuffed it in her holographic computer. Loading. Okay, so Mick, it seems you're here for a meeting for one of our, upper rank officers. But why? You'll see. Right this way. She led him to a hallway past some automatic doors and into an office. Ask your AI where from here, she said. Okay, thank you, I guess. The room was full of tiny chemicals, each having someone's office. Okay, where to, AI? The AI connected to his vision and showed him the path with glowing arrows. It led him all the way to the corner of the room. The area glowed as soon as he got there. You're, Mick, right? Yes. Before him was a pretty average man with pointed hair and a little overweight and had a deep voice. Sit down, please. Mick sat. So, Mick, you're most likely wondering why you were pinged here. The answer is that you have potential. Wait. What potential? Mick asked. The man sighed and said, You know, all of those tests you took and the blood sample that you had to give, you see, to become a Q Enforcer, the potential needs to be there, and the only way to detect it is through tests and blood samples. However, everyone is different. Some take much longer before they start seeing signs, and for you, your potential's extremely high. Mick was stunned. He never knew too much about being an enforcer or what he would need to do. So tell me, Mick, do you want your life to be more exciting? The power to gain, IDs to slay, and to protect people. The realm was darkly lit, and the temperature was a chilling hot. Temperature in this realm is freezing cold and burning hot at the same time. This realm is the Dark World. This realm is in Ego's very core. Only IDs survive here, because it isn't called living. A birth of another ID is born. Yes, another joins us. From this black pool the ID spawned from, he rose up confused yet determined. The first thing he saw was the gray and dark sky. The ID that was looking over him asked, Do you know where you are? Yes, the Dark World. Do you know what you need to do? Yes, clearly. Impressive. You can not only speak, but have incredible knowledge. I sense your darkness power is far stronger than most others. So, tell me, what is your name? The New Darkness, but you shall call me Black Hole. Every day, a new ID is formed, yes. But this one would change Ego forever. Mick stepped into the colorful room. It was packed with tons of people. Mick felt a weird feeling, but he couldn't quite tell what it was. Mick found himself a seat and began to wonder what his new life would entail. He looked around to see multiple people addicted to their AI hub. Some people were talking to each other, but only a few. The two that stood out was a black kid in the corner. He had green hair, orange sleeveless shirt, and yellow pants, with a red headband completing the look. In the other corner was a black girl with something covering her eyes with red hair and a green shirt exposing some skin and blue long pants completing her look. Mick had this sense around them, but he couldn't quite tell what that was. A voice then said, "Please look at the link sent to you." Mick opened the link. Hello there. If you're seeing this message, then you are one of the chosen few to fight for a cause bigger than yourself. With our new abilities, you will become the greatest fighter on Ego. Forget your pain and worry. Here, you can express yourself and become the better person you are meant to be. Q enforcers might come with side effects such as pain, dismemberment, and death. Q enforcers are not responsible for any and all harm committed. The man from the video burst through the room with excitement. Who's ready for some action? The room was quiet. The man was wearing a blue shirt with yellow stripes and a bald head with a purple mustache. Well, okay. Why does that never work? Anyway, there is a lot to being an enforcer, but today we found a low-level area filled with low-level IDs. I'll teach you as we go. These two in the corner are here to accompany you. They're not just high-level, but also new here as well. This world is horrendous. Why must we be left here? They breathe the air of freedom, yet we live like animals in a cage. Commander, I don't come here asking for freedom. I'm not seeking for any animals, but monsters. Very well, New Darkness. You'll get them. But I ask one thing in return. Name it. They all made their way to the flying bus, Mick trying to make it to the self-proclaimed hero. Hey, Captain Greg, hey! But Mick was too far in the back. Mick moved closer. Hey, Captain! Mick moved through into the bus like everyone else, but he was in the back. Mick moved through the crowd. Sorry, excuse me. Finally, Mick showed up to the captain. Hey, Captain Greg. Oh, hello there. Any questions? Yeah. I think there's been a bit of a mix-up. I don't really... He let out a laugh. Oh, I assure you, there is no mix-up. No, I get it. You're scared. That's understandable. But there's no reason to feel ashamed. This is now a part of who you are now. The longer you fight it, the worse you'll feel in the long term. Mick understood exactly what he meant, but didn't want to believe it. Yeah, I guess you're right. The bus arrived at its destination and they all disembarked. They entered a part of the city that Mick has never seen before. Mick got lost in thoughts just looking around. Alright, through here. And make sure you have your light implants because you're going to need them. The captain took them to a steel door past some stairs leading down. The captain used his hand on the side wall, and the door opened. Mick kept seeing a fog the deeper they went. Mick fell behind the group and caught up to the group when he overheard the captain say, "Now, be careful, they do bite." Captain Greg moved closer. If you look closely enough, you'll realize that they only come in 3 colors: white, gray, and black. The captain moved closer, touching his hair and eyes. You see, their bodies are unable to create color, a polar opposite of us. This is very bad example because he kind of looks like a human, more so than the other ones. But as you can see, he has white hair, very common for most IDs. Take a look at his teeth. Not that sharp. He must be pretty new. The ID kept looking directly at Captain Greg. He has pants, which happens time to time. The chain around his neck most likely helps his darkness abilities. Most types of sentient IDs have items on them that help them boost their capabilities. Stay at a safe distance, but from what I sense of his darkness, it isn't that strong. Don't worry, if you can't sense it now, you'll get better over time. This one can't even speak. Hello there! When Captain Greg turned around to say this, there was no reaction from the ID, just that same stare. See, there is no danger unless you bother it. I doubt this one is even conscious, but I assure you, I'm very aware. Well, sometimes even a common, can speak. It's quite rare. Black Hole grabbed the key and the lock, then unlocked it. There are many types of IDs. Darkness. Can anyone name at least a few? A sound could be heard, but no one knew what it was before it was too late. Blood came out of his mouth, and a giant hole could be seen through his chest. Captain uttered one word before he died. Run! Most of the recruits left. The other main heroes were straight in action, but Mick just stared at it all. His brain couldn't get it. Blood everywhere, as Black Hole got rid of the heroes with ease. And once he was done, he took a bite out of Captain Greg's head. Thank you for taking the time and actually checking out my first Audible series. I know I was going to do Across the Star Shonen, but I didn't feel like that one was working, so I just let it go. So this is going to be a new series. Hopefully it will be coming out every month. New videos will be on the Better Off series as well, but I want to make sure I'm finished completely before I start releasing it. And then of course check out the main channel and the second channel where I make more video essay type stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching.